2 years in a row, they make the playoffs. He get there and they fizzle out. Get the coach fired. Kyrie is a show killer. So I don't know why RC and Chief Rocker don't like that mix up. And they, you know, if you want to call in Rocker, you know the number. Somebody put the number in the chat room for Rocker if you want to call in. I'll be more than glad to hear what he has to say about that. But it's just I don't trust them. I think it's a genius move. Think about it. You got a dude who has never coached before, and the system that he's gonna run is the dude who invented it is on your bench. You can't get better than that. That's literally like Joe Montana becoming a head coach, and I'm going down this road so I can answer Big Chris. Joe Montana becoming a head coach and having having Bill Walsh or Sam Weiss on the sideline to do it. Bill Walsh with the West Coast offense. Bill Walsh had a slow method. That offense is a run after the catch offense. The K-Gun and Sam Weiss's offense is offense. They are offenses used to take the top off everything. We run it down the field. We're running down the court. We don't want to have the ball past the 19 or 16 second mark on a 24-second clock. That's why I use the K-Gun and Sam Weiss and the K-Gun and from Marv Levy and Sam Weiss. Well, they got Boomer Esiason and Icky Woods, national prominence, James Brooks, so forth and so on. That's why I use them. And if you want to call in, 605-313-4379 is the number. 605-313-4379 is the number, and use access code 92547. Don't forget about run and shoot. Yeah, but you know what? That's my man RC. Shout out to RC for being a part of the show. The reason I didn't go Mouse Davis with the run and shoot or June Jones with the run and shoot, nobody ever did anything with those offenses. Those offenses were, I guess, you know, I stand corrected. They would be Mouse Davis and June Jones would be the equivalent of Mike D'Antoni because they never won nothing. They just look real good. So, my bad. I stand corrected. Shout out to my man RC. So, yeah. June Jones, Mouse Davis, I'll go ahead. I stand corrected. Salute. But I think it'll work. I think it will work. Period.
It should be a those cats help you though, man. It should be
I don't trust dude. I told you.
Man. Well, you already know I don't think Kyrie ever gonna stay healthy anyway. And we're gonna see what happens with Kevin Durant when he's a one-man show.
Big Chris said D'Antoni had the inside hookup recycling same old coach, but he's an assistant coach this time. A bunch of people become assistant coaches. If you don't win a championship, I can't. If you won a championship, you more than likely will be an assistant coach after you get fired. Tyronn Lue, assistant. Well, shit, he the exception to the rule. Assistant coach that won a championship. So I don't know, man. With that being said, Chicago's own Maurice, aka Mo Cheeks of Philadelphia 76er fame, is the assistant coach under what's his name? Scott. What the fuck is the Bulls coach name?
Donovan, man.
Billy Donovan. Why was I gonna call him Scott Burrell? Billy Donovan. Thoughts on that?
Scott Burrell. He watched. I love it, man. Mochi's back in Chicago. Especially if they're gonna allow him to actually put his tutelage on the game in regards to those young guards this year. As well as overall the game. He has a brilliant mindset in regards to what Chicago basketball should be ran. He's from there, so we know what it is. So as far as it goes, I think it'll be an amazing thing. As long as they don't keep him on a short leash and don't allow him to actually teach. Yeah, I think it's, man, the way that the Bulls have been ran the last 46 years, man. Anybody that has success in the West Coast, man, is bringing that over to Bulls Nation, man, I'm all for it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I definitely appreciate old Chicago vet, homegrown Chicago vet, Mo Cheeks. It's one of the few times that the Reinsdorfs have allowed a Chicagoan to be a Bull. Even though he's not a player, ain't no way in hell the Philadelphia 76ers would have let his ass go. Hall of Famer after all. But it's Billy Donovan had Mo Cheeks as his assistant. Mo Cheeks been an assistant with OKC for a number of years, outside of being Portland Trail Blazers head coach, Philadelphia 76ers head coach. But I appreciate that because a guy that all y'all love, I'm not really a big fan of, Russell Westbrook, according to the world, he got better under Maurice. If he can get better under Maurice, Kobe White, who's a big guard too, people think of Kobe White as a small young man, like a 6'5'11", maybe 6'2" guard. That's a 6'4" man. That's a big man. He just plays the point guard position and he looks small, but that's a big man. And if Maurice Cheeks can harness the ability of a Kobe White, and he can potentially harness some of that loose cannon stuff that my man Zach LaVine got going on, and even potentially enhance Valentine's game. So, you know, he get a bit of a Valentine in order. You know, the Bulls might be on something, man. You say what?
Valentine out here. He's free agent.
Oh, you're a free agent? Yeah, well, I mean, he may not be because he's been hurt frequently. They may be able to get him. You know, the Bulls don't want to pay nobody. They may be able to get him on the cheap. And if they can, you know, if the Bulls can get you on the cheap, they'll bring you back. But we'll see, man.
Right.
They're looking at LaMelo Ball.
I don't think LaMelo gonna go that low, but we'll see. I wouldn't mind having LaMelo Ball as Chicago Bull. Put him at the small forward position. Otto Porter. You know, if it was on me, man, I'd get rid of that big scrub white boy they got, Larry Marketing. You look at him too long and he's Mr. Glass. You know, he might develop somewhere else, but it ain't like they don't do that all the time in Chicago with the bros. Mel Hall, Joe Carter, the list of Rafael Palmeiro. The list goes on with guys who just leave the 606 and get better. Might as well let his big bust ass go somewhere and get better too. You know, it's almost a Chicago tradition. Well, we're gonna get rid of this ball player right as he maturing. Wilbur Marshall goes to Washington, win 2 Super Bowls. Let's not let me stop suffering. With that being said, man, it's a 72-game season on the table. It is close to D-Day. Should the NBA PA, Chris Paul, the sister, and LeBron James get together and say, let's go and play? If they do, which one do you prefer to see? 72 by the summer and then you can play in the Olympics, or 52 and go to and get it done? Listen to me. And let me add this caveat. One of the things that they're bantying about, I don't know if y'all read this or not, is this. Instead of just playing a traditional NBA season, they might go in a baseball kind of style. Whereas, so you don't have to play back-to-back-to-backs, and then you don't have to play back-to-back and then fly to Milwaukee, back-to-back and then fly to New York, back-to-back, then fly to LA. They're thinking about doing this, and we're going to play 2 games in LA. Bam. And when you got to play it with the Lakers no more. Or we'll play 4 games in LA. 2 with the Lakers, 2 with the Clippers, and save some legs. I'm listening.
That'll be interesting. That makes sense. That'll kind of kill the travel restrictions, because that's what baseball was a little more successful this year, because they only played people in their region. Like the Cubs only played the Central and the American League. Not the Central, sorry. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Like Detroit, St. Louis, they only played Cincinnati. Those teams, so they travel.
Was limited.
Restricted. I mean, that'll be interesting. I mean, maybe we can actually have some realignment in basketball as well, man.
See, the thing with the realignment is this. If you realign the NBA, who comes out? Well, obviously you will move Memphis out of the West, but who goes to the East? And it's just, how do you do it? Because there's a couple teams that could honestly be in the East that are in the West. Dallas, Minnesota, Memphis, the Pelicans.
Yeah.
So how do you realign? I'm listening. And I know it's Pelicans for you all smart JAs in the back. That's going, he say Pelicans? Oh, and I got a bone to pick with you after you answer this. Big Illinois. Go ahead, Joe.
I don't even think about the realignment in regards to this. But in regards to the 72 game, I know I was one of the ones that said, nah, please turn around, but from what I've been reading and what I've been seeing, it's gonna happen. So they're trying to get this, because supposedly the NBA is gonna lose so much money if they don't start after Christmas.
$500 million to $1 billion. And don't keep in mind, they split that 50-50 with the players.
So they both gonna lose. So both sides gonna lose some money. So as far as it goes, it looks like it's gonna happen. You know. So I'm with it. Let's get it going. Get this season how it is, and like you said, if they're gonna do the regards to, we're gonna take all the California teams in this time period and then move on. I think that may just actually work. They may be able to quarantine just a little bit better in regards to, you already know Adam Silver came up and the Player Association came up with the bubble to make sure that was able to be safe. They should be able to find some way to be able to get that handled in these other cities with it.
Big Compton?
I was thinking about that realignment thing because in basketball, I see what you mean. Because if you take the Grizzlies and the Pelicans out, there's nobody to send over there to even that out. So, okay, I see what you mean on that one. But they can do what hockey do as far as with doing the Olympics. They usually have a break. If I'm not mistaken, it's like 2 weeks and then they resume.
It is.
A week or 2 weeks after. They can do that.
Well, I'm sorry.
But they would need, I think they vote Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, about starting on the 22nd. If they start on the 22nd, they will have to actually get that going or get that ratified as soon as possible, because you got free agency that should be starting at the end of this month, plus the draft is the 18th. So you got to give these teams time to get into training camp. They get everything going, because you can't forget that the finals just ended 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks, maybe 3.
Pretty much.
See, the thing I don't have an issue with this is, and of course, HRap ain't playing no basketball. HRap ain't doing a whole lot of running these days. But HRap also has never been paid $38 million. But besides the youth and man, you making all that money, that's because that's a tired, lazy ass argument. You making all that money, do what they say. That's stupid. But I will use that argument today. The reason being is you jokers had 4 months off, and then y'all played 6 weeks of basketball, and then y'all off another month. This ain't like they played all the way through last season and then it ended 2 weeks ago. I understand wear and tear, but like I said last week, I got 2 words for the wear and tear argument. Miss me. Miss me with that bull. The reason I say that is this. Every time I turn around, I see out of LA, the Drew League. I see here, IIT. I see New York, pros at the Rucker. I see down south, it's a gym in Atlanta, they down there hooping in. So where all this that's wear and tear too. If you worried about wearing yourself out in the summer, work out, work on your game, and sit your ass down. Otherwise, go hoop. They talking like, look, man, and I hate to do what I'm about to do, but I think I'm forced to do what I'm about to do, and that's say, if Michael Jordan was doing it, your ass can do it.